Hi there, Chuck Vosberg here. In this lesson, I'd like to show you how to change a color in a photograph. So in this example, we've got this blue chair and we'd like to change it to a different color. It's very easy in Photoshop, but before we do this, I think it's a good idea if we go over to the Layers panel and make a duplicate of the background layer. So I'm going to go to the little menu button in the upper right-hand corner here in the Layers panel and choose Duplicate Layer. And we'll do our work on this. The reason I'm doing this is because this particular tool actually changes the color of the pixels in the photograph. So if something were to go wrong, it would be helpful if we still have the original down here underneath to go back to. So let's change the color of this chair. The place to go is under the Image menu at the top of the screen, in Adjustments, and Replace Color. Image, Adjustments, Replace Color. Now when I choose Replace Color from the Image menu, this little dialog box comes up, and there are a series of 3 eyedroppers up here at the top. We've got the first eyedropper, which is automatically selected. That's where we choose the color. And then if we need to add to the colors, that's where the eyedropper with the plus sign comes in. And likewise, the one with a minus will take away. So I'm going to start off by just simply clicking on the object I want to change the color of. And you can see here a preview of the mask that it's going to use appears here in this screen. And you can see by this little preview that it's missing some spots. But instead of trying to pick the colors here, what I recommend is to go down to the bottom to Hue, which is another word for color, and change the color quite a bit. And we can see here on the picture the places where it missed. So that's where we're going to use the eyedropper with the plus sign and click on those places where it missed to pick those up. Alright, that's looking much better. Now if we were to, by doing this, start to infect other areas, we can go up here to the top and adjust the fuzziness. Now, I don't know why they choose the word fuzziness, but what that does is it controls the mask. You can see here on the mask preview underneath where I'm sliding, we can adjust this to isolate just the chair as much as possible. Now, I do want to caution you that anything else that's in this picture that is this blue color will also change when we do this. And that's just a side effect of how this works. It works on all the colors in the picture. So down here in the Hue slider, we can choose a color that we like. I think I'll just go with that. And of course, saturation is the intensity of the color. And lightness, well, you know what that means. It's how light or dark it's going to be. So I'll click OK on that, and then the change has been made. Now, since this frame around here was also blue, it is affected a little bit. So that's one thing to watch for. So next, I'd like to show you how to confine this to just one object. So I'm going to throw away this layer here and make a new duplicate so I can show you that. If you need to confine this to just a certain area, you would do that with a selection. So I'm just going to use my lasso tool right now to make a selection, and in the interest of time, this is going to be pretty rough, but okay, so I've made a selection of this area. So now Photoshop knows this is the only area that we want to change. So now once again, I'll go to the Image menu, Adjustments, Replace Color, and once again with the eyedropper, click on the chair. Change the hue so I can see how it's doing. And then use the plus sign eyedropper to pick up the areas that were missed. Okay, very good. And then once again we can adjust the fuzziness to isolate the chair better. But we don't have to worry too much because our selection is protecting the other blue areas. Like this frame here is remaining the purple color. The blue that's in the sky and the reflection of the window up here and the reflection of this umbrella, those are remaining the same because of this selection. So we can click OK over here and then go to the Select menu at the top of the screen and deselect. So there it is. That's how you isolate a certain area, is by using a selection. So changing the colors on objects in Photoshop is really simple just by going to the Image menu, Adjustments, and Change Color. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, and best of luck with your Photoshop.